Ooh-wee. What is poppin', YouTube? What is poppin'? It is Deku the artist, and we're here to bring you guys again with another week of Ordeal goodness. So, oh man, this week's episode 149. Now, let's talk about talk real quick about the last week's episode. Now, we did get two aspects in regards to pacing in a sense, whereas we got the pacing with the advancement of Che going into the Coliseum and him meeting with that one chairwoman. Forgot her name, but she's part of the Ishti family, which is a family that specializes in from what I remember, recording all stuff that's happened through history, basically the history writers and stuff, as well as having some of the most intense and most valuable artifacts, especially artifacts that have talents attached to it as well too. Then we got the second part of the pacing, or second part of the chapter, where it was the meeting with all the Code board members and stuff, them having to sit down and all that stuff. So when it comes to the first part, we got to see the interaction conversation with both her and Che, and how she's kind of relayed to Che that yes, she would have decided to join his team and all that stuff, or join his side for the cause, whatever, but with how Thanatos and how his army is basically holding hostage towards her and her family, and just having the option to kind of just erase the Ishti family from all of existence to a degree. She's just yeah, no, with that in mind, and knowing how she is very in love, in depth when it comes to her culture, her family, and all that stuff, and their history, what they've done to the world. She's nah, it's better to just work with in a sense the devil, so that her and her family can continue doing what they're doing. For Che's aspect, there was a lot of growth and learning from him. It does seem like he's getting a little bit better at controlling his anger, especially when it comes to after the conversation he had with the Most High, and especially speaking about grace, because he does relay that same type of settlement and somewhat from what he's learned from that conversation to Ishti, just letting him know that yo, I'm here to give you a chance. I'm not here to just straight murk you and all that stuff. I don't know what some people have been telling you, whatever, but I am here to have a conversation with you. But if you are already kind of just shutting down the wall and letting me know yo, there is no us going back to how we used to be, then it's straight squabbling. Then just go even try to flirt with him, even try to say I mean, hey, if you I don't know, took me as your wife and all that stuff, even biting the lip and everything. I'm just damn girl, relax. You do know Andrea's in the picture, and I don't think you can handle Andrea. But by the end of that conversation, this girl broke the chain, her crystal that was on her chain that housed her family's talent, which was a cursed talent. But she figured out a way to kind of separate it in regards to her being born with it, or acquiring it from her parents and whatnot, and was able to kind of hold in the crystal for the right time, which was this. And from judging from the eminence aura from the chi, especially given Elios's dialogue, it seems like it is on that comparable level that's going to give Che a good amount of work. Maybe a good amount of work. He instantly went straight into full armor mode, so I don't know. And then with the second part, we got exposed or told that that one man that basically has lost an eye and stuff, that kind of looks like a samurai or some type of fighter. He was the main mole in Code, and the leader of Code, like I said, I forget all these guys' names. I think it's Ross. Yeah, he was the one that figured it out. How he figured it out, we probably might find out in this chapter. Maybe it might be a chapter exclusively towards Che and Ishti, but we'll see. But without further ado, let's not waste no time, and let's get straight into this episode 149, Weight of Conviction. Ooh, That might be the conviction on both the mole and on Ishti. Yo, let's get it. Is there any music? Is there any music? We will see. Okay, pray. Let's go. I see. And I was thinking of putting Pray as like the song for here for like the fight between them, but I was like, yo, I'll wait for that for next week. Oh, he's in the mind where Ilios is watching a cursed Cyclops. Oh, now we're seeing like on the spiritual side with Ilios, how it's preventing Ilios from like, assisting Che. I thought I'd never see such a seal again. Elimelech must have figured out how to make them once more. Listen to me, my lord. I am beginning to lose sight of you. I can only hold the cloud of shadow at bay for so long. The room is filled with seals. The more destruction you create, the better. The room is... Whoa, this man's blurring out the text to show that he can't really hear him anymore. The room is filled with the seals. The more destruction you create, the better. Oh, and she's using the dagger as like a weapon alongside. Ooh, what type of talent is this? Wajani Barat, Widow's Night Forbidden, the cursed talent of the Ishti family. Widow's Night melds the host with the essence of living shadow. Eventually, the host will be entirely consumed by Chi. A completed curse is fatal. Once the host dies, the talent returns to the Ishti family. Details of how are unknown. So this is a last resort type of thing with her. Jeez. Yes. Push through, Che. Bash. Give her the boot. Bop. Yeah. Give that God of War boot. Yo. Ooh, she's looking so beastly. The shadows of the Widow's Night have protected my family for generations. Held by the women of my family, it has concealed us in darkness. By passing it on, our numbers grew. Willis, others went extinct. Nevertheless, Widow's Night is a curse. Each use is fatal, hence the reason it is sealed in a vial. By allowing myself to be cursed, I gain all the knowledge of its power. I sealed my own fate to defeat you. Marriage would have prevented it, but what does that matter? You rejected me, while the shadows embrace me. They have done more for me than the virtuous banner you fight under has ever done. Okay, calm down. You expect Che to be there for literally everybody? Like, calm down. I refuse to be rooted out by your light. Oh, here comes the spiritual. A headshot? Oh, I'm guessing a headshot would be a little bit too much. Here comes Finda. If you will not protect us, the darkness will. Yeah. Ooh. Now the song of ice and fire. Ooh, this girl went straight within the floor just to get around this man. This girl's slick. Lord Chehart, the weight of this room should slowly drain your power, yet you remain stoic. Well, you got to in a situation like this. You may have been the man I've waited for my entire life. Bro, this girl is literally fangirling right now. What do you mean you've been waiting for a man like this your entire life? Damn. Che's really showing to be that top dog, not just in strength, but with women. Jeez. But now, only one of us will leave this room to continue their lineage. Bang. Slither. You think you can run from me? Wait, something feels off. Why doesn't he use fire? Cyclops seals shouldn't be in full effect yet. He should still have access to Ilios' flames. Is this how powerful he is without his talent? He chooses to fight with his hands. Separating him from his fire was a meaningless preventative measure. No matter, the chi that strengthens his body is also ancient. This too will be affected by the seals. Soon his strength will fade, and I will inflict a wound upon him that he cannot heal. You use your power to protect all who are weak, yet you should instead protect only your own. Blood is tied to family. You have no obligations to any other. If you cannot see this, you are misguided, leader. Man, this standoff is so grimy. I'm telling you, it's always grimy when he feels being tough. This man blocked it with his arm guard. This guy's too tactical. Is this state tied to his bond with Ilios? Is this why he conserves his flames to maintain his armor? Bang! Just get. You're telling me this man can always pull up Zahara just anywhere and everywhere just from the shadow? Yo, Chase just, oh my gosh, Chase just too resourceful at this moment. Yeah, you thought we were done? Oh, bro, the simple flames of him attacking with Zahara is burning off the shadow armor from her. This is it. Your body heat, my lord. If you can hear me, this is your opening. If there is still room in your heart, spare her life. The curse of Widow's Night has not fully consumed her yet. She is still present under the darkness. The two can be separated. But be warned, no cursed talent has ever given up their bearer without a fight. It will challenge you tooth and nail to stay together. It's basically like a symbiote. Man, oh man. And if she yields to its grasp before you can divide it, she will be forever lost. Oh, end of the chapter. And there we go. So, I was a little bit wrong to a degree, but this chapter we got a fullness of like the Che and Jahani, my bad, that's her name, Jahani. The fight between him and her. We finally got to see the reveal of her actual talent, which is Widow's Night, which is a cursed talent, which is kind of similar to an idea I had for my kind of like original character for the Ordeal series, but it has to do with like her embodying like the essence or everything of like darkness itself and all that stuff. Now, to the totality and like strength of what it can produce, we don't know. Since this is our first time hearing about the talent in itself, we don't know the kind of like gravity it has done within the series, where like, you know, the previous users have done it to, especially when it fully consumes you. Like, are you able to create like a full-on shadow barrier over like a cityscape and all that stuff? Are you able to create like shadow clones and everything? Like, all that stuff would be cool, but with the limitation and of course the weakness of it being a curse and it's literally zapping yourself to the point where you're gonna die, like there is no ifs, ands, buts. So there's a lot of drawbacks to the talent, but from all the power it's stored up, and even to the point of like Jahani being able to kind of like utilize the memories of everything from the talent, it kind of just gives it to her, like the previous like strengths and like abilities and stuff. Is still not as capable to fighting Che because she still needed to use the cursed seals to kind of help put a little bit more of a suppression on him, which is not really doing that much of a job. Yes, he can't just straight use fire blasters and any of his fire techniques, but as a capable fighter, she completely forgets that this man was an MMA fighter way before this man had a talent. So it's as a fighter, especially using the rock iron technique, this man, I don't know what you thought. I really don't know what you thought you were gonna do with the man. But we also got to see because of his body heat and how it kind of helped burn off a good amount of her armor. It made Ilios realize that there is still some time to separate both her from her talent again and all that stuff. It's just that the window for that is very short, and because of her willingness of losing control within the power, that window is dwindling shorter and shorter. So Chase, if he's really going to be doing his best to practice grace, practicing what the Most High has told him to practice within that fight, we are going to see Che doing his utmost best in regards to bringing her back to sanity and stuff. It's still a question of it's going to be up in the air if he's actually able to do it, but we do know that he is actually going to go through with it, because if not, then he truly isn't practicing grace whatsoever. I mean, do we know if he's going to be practicing those lessons during the far future from what we've seen when he has the Eye of Time? We don't know, but at least for now, he's at least trying. So hopefully this is just one of the small few miracles he's able to kind of do, utilizing grace, but we'll see. But at least we know with this little panel right here that we are going to get a continuation of what has been going on with the meeting of Kode. Seeing this man ready to give a straight punch to a man, and seeing the background with the smoke and kind of looks little sparks and all that stuff, it seems like he wasn't really 100% trapped or locked down within the meeting. It seems like he did figure out a way to escape, and there is some type of brawl. Is it a brawl with all the members against him? Did he bring somebody that is also a mole or spy within Kode to help assist them that is part of the meeting, or maybe just sitting outside the door? That would be kind of cool to figure out. But yeah, and then of course we've seen, if you follow him on social media, he's already posted this artwork already, but still a dope ass piece. But yeah, we will continue this again next week. Of course, we have not been told or shown by Brent that we're going to be taking a break, and especially since he's already said from his last short break that he did, this is definitely going to be, I think, one of his last breaks for this season. So hopefully he has, because I don't really go through Fast Pass, so I already know he already has 2-3 chapters already on webtoons, but past the ones he already has, he probably has a good amount probably already done, and it's just a matter of just getting to that end point of season 3. So we're here for the whole ride. I do have an idea of possibly going through season 1 and 2 as well. It would probably be during one of my live streams, but just so that at least on the channel, for the people that kind of want to binge watch the whole series of Ordeal and stuff, I might do that. It'll be a way more of a longer video, but with that video, it'll be less on reactions and more on just the storytelling and everything. Since I've already read it, I already know what everything is, and I don't think I've seen on this platform already somebody going through a whole storyline of Ordeal. So it's definitely something for me to work on. Another update as well too is that because of when it comes to the Gachiakuta reactions, I do know the last 2 episodes or recent episodes have already came out. I'm still waiting for the dub. Now, we've been told that the dub was supposed to be coming out on the 26th, so 2 weeks after the start of Core 2. So that's kind of the unfortunate thing about it. but I'm still here for the dub regardless. So definitely look out for the Gachiakuta core 2 episode, start of the episode. Next week Monday will be the day it will be released. But yeah, we'll just be 2 episodes behind. I already know the manga, but I'll be doing my best to stay away from it on social media to kind of just keep certain things, keep the anime very fresh to me and stuff, because I really love all the voice actors that have been showing themselves in this, like, playing each characters and all that stuff. And just now knowing that we're finally getting to the arc where it's going to be the Raiders versus the Cleaners. Ooh, that animated, and seeing a lot of people's reactions so far from the recent 2 episodes, I'm excited. But it is early in the morning for me, and I still got to get some sleep before I go to work. So we always got to give thanks to our Father, the Most High, and His only begotten Son, Yahushua Mashiach. But you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and good night, whatever time you guys are watching this. And peace easy. Shalom.